Yo Wagwan, hope you're having a great day. Now in this video I just want to do a preview of a plugin that I was sent ages ago. Now the reason why I'm doing a preview right now and not a review of it is because this plugin is Neoverb. It's a reverb plugin from Izotope. I love Izotope, I love their plugins, but I have no idea about reverb. Like, that's just not something I specialize in whatsoever. I can hardly hear the difference between, you know, this reverb and that sort of stuff. So I don't feel like I'm super qualified to do a fully in-depth review on Neoverb right now. Plus, I'm also, like, with my template set up, I've already got a reverb in like my vocal chain and that sort of stuff, and I hardly use reverb, so I haven't really had enough use time to get what I needed out of it to be able to create a review. So I thought I'd just show you the plugin, show you some examples of some things you can do with the plugin, so you can make the decision of whether you want it or not. But I do think it's useful for people like myself who basically have no idea what to do when it comes to reverb, because as with all Izotope plugins, it comes with a bunch of presets, but we'll talk about that in a second. Now, if you don't know who I am, I'm Jay Carteret from jcarteret.com, teaching you how to be better at music, online business, and online marketing. This is the #1 spot for musicians and creators that don't want to be starving artists. So if that sounds like you, click on that subscribe button, check out the rest of the content on the channel, because you will love it here, guaranteed. Now, my question of the day is, what reverb plugin do you usually use? Let me know in that comment section down below. Now, this is Neoverb, and it's a very nice looking plugin, but the thing that's super important about it is it comes with a Reverb Assistant, which, you know, if you've used any of Izotope's plugins before, they basically make everything easy for you. So I'm going to show you that in action. I generally, if I'm going to use it, I won't use Reverb Assistant. I'll just come in here and use a preset depending on what I'm using. Now, right about now, the instrument that I'm using is a guitar, so it's very easy to just come in here and pick a guitar preset, and every guitar plate and hall sounds pretty good, as so does Beachy Chorus Room, so does pretty much everything. Like, if I'm going to go through the presets for the guitar after we use Reverb Assistant. So let's do that first and foremost. Okay, so let's bring Neoverb right back up and let's get Reverb Assistant going on. By the way, this is on a send track, and just so you 100% understand what that is, maybe you're new to FL Studio, I'm not placing the reverb on the actual track. Now, this is the actual track where we're getting the audio. Okay, it's actually being sent to this track. Let me actually name it so you know what's going on. It's being sent to this track, and then I can control, you know, how much reverb we get by changing the amount of signal that we send from this track to here. But this is just basic mixing. If you're going to use reverb, you generally want to use reverb like this, unless you are purposely trying to wash something out and have it in the background, like I do with my vocal chops. Okay, so let's play this back. And let's go a little bit dramatic. Okay, and we want the size to be medium. Like, we want it kind of realistic, to be honest. This is just a guitar. We don't want anything too wild going on. We want it to be all the way wet. Or is this wet? Or I don't know which ones. 100% should be wet. Generally in plugins, that should be the way it is. And we generally want a nice airy tone. So let's see what we get with this. Okay, so we're kind of realistic, kind of dramatic a little bit. Size medium, it's not too large. I don't know what we're gonna get for the different sizes, but we're just gonna play this back and see what happens.
This is called Ray Cooking.
And I'll play it without the reverb so you can hear what it sounds like. Maybe I need to send more audio through, because I don't know why it's not just... yeah. I needed to send way more audio through for it to unmask. There we go. I was wondering why it's taking ages. So,
This is called Ray.
Okay, let's stop the This is called Ray Cooking, because that's annoying me, yeah? But... obviously that's too much reverb. Like, if I show you what's going on with the mixer, it was all the way over here just so I could get it to react. But I'd tell the reverb back to probably around here. Maximum I'd go like around there. How much is that? Oh, 53%. You can see how much it is on the top left hand corner. So let's play this back. Is there a difference if I turn this off? Let's play it back without the reverb, and then I'll put the reverb on, okay? Reverb on. More reverb. Oh, that does open it up. That does open it up. I have it sound a little bit more epic, okay? Interesting, interesting. Because as I said, I don't really use reverb like that. Like, I generally, when I've got a melody that sounds good enough, we just keep going. Like, I don't be like, oh, I need to add a reverb to it. Nah, we just keep going generally. It usually has reverb in Omnisphere or whatever plugin I'm using. So I generally don't need to go that deep. So this, it seems like it's picked a preset and kind of, you know, edited it. That's what happens when you see that star. It means it's an edited preset. Okay, so let's go to Airy Guitar Play and Hall. Let's actually go back to that. I think that looks kind of the same. I don't know what it was before, but let's listen to Airy Guitar Play and Hall, and we'll try out a few different presets and see what kind of sounds we get. Make sure you're listening with headphones. Yeah, if you're not listening with headphones, you're really not going to hear the difference. It's going to be super hard. But if you're listening with headphones, then this is a great way to preview the type of things that this plugin will do for you. Okay, so we'll go to Airy Guitar Play and Hall, and I do want to try this nylon acoustic to see what's going on there. And if we need to, we'll just turn the reverb up so we can actually hear the effect, because right about now it's obviously going to be quite subtle. So let's play this back. Turn it off. Like, that really opens it up. This is the one that I've generally been using. Like, if I do use reverb, I think I've used it on like 3 beats in like the past many weeks. At least 10 beats I've used it 3 times. So that sounds pretty good. I like plates generally, halls as well. But as I said, I'm not really into reverb like that. I don't know reverb like that. Let's play this. Seems like it's more mid-range. It says more high-end. If you go to, what's this hedges? Way more high-end. Nylon. This has way less. It feels like it's got less pre-delay. I'm unsure if that's what it is or if it's got less sustain. But it just feels like it's going very quickly, like after it hits. Oh, we can see the pre-delay over there. Yeah, so it does have way less pre-delay than... Yeah, it's got less pre-delay. I thought so. I kind of know about reverb, but not enough. I do need to go back and study reverb before I'm ready to like do another reverb plugin review, I feel. Or just use it more. I need to use this more. I need to have more of a use case so that I can bring my experience with using it to you. So here we've got pre-EQ, which basically EQs the sample or the audio before it gets reverbed, and then we got Reverb Eq, which will allow you to EQ the actual reverb. Okay, this is super important, because if you don't EQ your reverb, like pre-EQ, I wouldn't say that's super important. It's nice to have, but Reverb EQ, super important. The reason is, if you add a bunch of reverb, you might unintentionally mask a bunch of stuff in your song. You might unintentionally make your beat a whole lot more muddy. And a great thing to do is to get rid of those lows. What is this? Okay, get rid of those lows, and I generally get rid of the highs as well. Let's go to around 4,000 should cut it. But yeah, these presets sound pretty good, man. It sounds very large. 22 pre-delay, damn. Yeah, these sound really good. These sound really good. Like, I want to try the vocals and that sort of stuff, because that's what I'm like really, that's the type of stuff that really means a lot to me, like personally, in terms of the workflow process and where I actually use reverb. Like I use reverb more in my songs and stuff like that. So to test this out with the vocals, that's going to be very, very interesting. But once I do that in Studio One, I'll circle back and maybe I'll either create another preview video giving you some more in-depth on showing you how this works for vocals, or just doing a video on reverb for vocals, or I'll create a fully fledged review because I'll have enough case scenarios to experiment with this. But right about now, the only thing that I've done with this is use guitar. Okay, now I could go through another bunch of presets. You've got experimental. I generally wouldn't touch an experimental thing. You've got all purpose, add smack. What's that gonna do? Okay, that does add a little bit of smack. Is that adding a lot here? It is opening up a little bit. So these reverbs, basically what they're doing, what reverb in general seems to be doing to me, is it's basically making your instruments sound more realistic, like they're actually being played in a room and whatnot. But the big thing that's important for me is making your sounds sound larger, making your sound sound larger, bigger, more epic, more lush. And I really enjoyed that. But this is just a preview video. I could stay here forever and go through all the different presets and all that sort of stuff, but you know, that would be a long video, and that's not what this is about. I just wanted to give you some insight into this plugin that I hardly had the chance to use because I hardly use reverb, but I felt you might want to use this and you might feel like this is super useful to you. Now, if you want your beats to be half mixed before you even get to the mixing stage with a bunch of EQing, not a lot of reverb, a little bit of reverb, but mostly EQing, you can grab my guitar trap beat mixing template. Links down below. Go to jcarterray.com/guitar trap FL. Grab that. That's going to help have everything just sounding way better from the jump. Now, if you've got any questions or any other tutorials you want me to make, please let me know in the comment section down below. And in the next video, you'll learn more about music, online business, and online marketing. I'll see you there. Peace out.